Okay, kids, pay attention now. Some people might tell you this is the source of pollution. These things here are called carburetors, and their function in life was to mix gasoline with air for a combustible mixture. And the mixture is about 12 and a half pounds of air for every pound of gasoline. Varies between 12 and a half to 1 to 15 to 1. That's 15 pounds of air for every pound of gasoline. So you can see real quick that's between 75 and 100 pounds of air for every gallon of gasoline. So uh, these carburetors are kind of obsolete now. Everything's gone to fuel injection, and the idea is it meters the fuel more accurately. It won't leak. There's no vapors, blah, blah. But we still are operating engines between 12 and a half to 1 and 15 to 1 air fuel ratios. So that what we're not getting is there's 5.5 pounds of carbon in every gallon of gas. And it does put a lot of carbon in the air, but that's a chemistry thing. What we're not talking about is the thermodynamics. Hey, be good now. Global warming is a heat issue, not a chemistry issue. Uh, we're not taking into account how many BTUs are in a gallon of gas. We're going, oh, it's carbon in the air. Well, regardless, we could be making fuel from water, two fuels, hydrogen, everybody knows about hydrogen, and the other fuel is hydrogen peroxide that we know has powered the world's fastest cars. You can make it from water. It's not just pollution free, it puts oxygen back in the air. So you'd think we'd be investigating it, but we're not. Matter of fact, the reason I'm making this video is I want everybody to know that when it comes to climate change, if you keep saying climate change is a problem, climate change this and that, you know, we could be switching to the cleanest fuel there is, but I'll bet every congressperson, senator, and representative in our United States Congress that took money from oil companies, I'll bet every single one of them voted to put the cleanest fuel there is. It's not these carburetors' fault, it's the fuel we pick. And I bet every one of those senators and representatives that took money from oil companies voted to put the cleanest fuel there is, period, on the terrorist list. Now, that defies common sense. We should be, you mean we can't solve our problem by looking at the obvious solution? So I just thought I'd tell you why we have climate change. Your congressman, your senator probably voted for it. Oil companies have bribed off more than half of our Congress. So we need to talk about that if we want to get real.